choice is all up to you. Too many things, don't know what to do. Speak your mind and you won't get judged. If it kicks off, we won't hold no grudges. What? Come online, come online. CSI, CSI. Come online. CSI. Yeah.
The point I was trying to make is, as my 14-year-olds are growing up now, this is the time I'm trying to show them, you don't need any influence from anyone else. Forget what your friends are doing. If they smoke cigarette, doesn't mean you have to do it. Know what your dad does. You know, your dad is there. And I show them, listen, I love you, man. Nobody will love you the way me and your mother love you.
And if you're a father as well, or if there's any father out there, if you have any bad habits, please don't do it in front of your children.
Don't do it.
Don't ever let them see it, because there's no way you can defend what you just said there to that child. You know, don't smoke or don't do this. They will never respect you.
Exactly. So you make them know, if you need anything, you come to me. Forget it. If you think you're gonna, don't be scared. You have to make sure you let me know. Don't let any other man advise you or question you about anything. I'm the only man in your life. Do you understand me? Me and your brother, because they're twins. They're the only people in your life, or your mother. So just show them that love and make them feel comfortable with me. And make them say, you can always speak to me. Anything.
Of course.
Just, you know where I am. And I always make sure, I always say to him, you know where I am, right? If you want to talk to me, you know I love you. No matter what, I always do. So that's all. That's all you can do. And just hope. And just hope for the best. You have to. Because one little mistake, one little wrong party, you know, one little, you know, wrong friend could just lead them in the wrong path. You know, they could be in the wrong car one night, one of them is drunk, have an accident. So you just have to just do your best, be there for them and pray and hope for the best, you know.
That's true.
You know, so let them focus on education, like I said. 14, I'm saying to them now, you have to start knowing what you want to do. You know, they like games, and I'm like, listen, there's no such thing as, I know there's people making money from games, but you have to think about, okay, do you like calculating money? Okay, finance. Do you like, you know, do you like sales? Do you think you can learn? You know what I mean? They have to start knowing now, and then from there you start focusing on it and researching about it. So by the time you're in 2 years' time, you know a bit about it. So by the time you get to college, when you start studying it, it's not going to be new to you. You understand? It's not.
But sometimes we can't only talk about the kids themselves, because like we said earlier, they need a role model.
Yes.
And we will have to always talk about the importance of two parents.
Yes.
And the importance of actually parents actually giving the time to their children in these systems. You know, it's even too hard to talk about what I'm about to talk about now, simply because this current situation we're in with coronavirus and everyone being locked in their house and being at home.
Yes.
You know, so I don't know how this point is going to be relevant, because now everything has now turned to digital and turned to that, you know, it's giving our kids the iPad, you know, to watch, you know, do their college work now, watch stuff. And what I was going to say actually in regards to this before was that I said maybe this point might be relevant now, but trust me, it is very, very relevant, because everything is still going to go back to normal anyway. So this is something that has been happening since the birth of social media and since the birth of all these gadgets, mobile devices and stuff. And there are two things I want to talk about here, and you can tell me your opinion on this. You know? Two things. Number one thing, not necessarily gender bias, male and female. So father and mother, because I don't want people to think now, oh, you're attacking women or you're doing this, because men do it as well. In the sense that you're both parents at home, okay? Number one thing, your attention is too much on social media, and you do this so much in front of your kids. So we lost the kind of family values. And the reason why I'm bringing this conversation up on the number one topic of this is that I am so glad that I feel this will be good and a good lesson for the millennium kids, because I'm so glad that we were born in the 80s, you know, late 80s and stuff like that.
Yes,
we know before all this that we grew up watching black and white television.
Yes.
When we grew up, there was nothing like this.
No.
What do we do to actually entertain ourselves, or actually to learn? You know, we play football on the street with our barefoot.
We went outside.
With our barefoot and do stuff. I get beat up for playing football and doing stuff, and you know, all these natural things. So there are so many activities I believe both parents can actually do with their kids when you're giving attention. And trust me, these little activities that we're talking about, if we were to give examples, Blake, trust me, these little activities are what is actually going to shape the life of a child. But now we have parents, most females, we have at least 50% mothers in our generation today. 50% of their time is always on their mobile device.
Yeah. There's fashionistas. They're shopping their
makeup.
store,
Do you know?
online.
Okay, ladies, please comment on this and tell me this if I'm wrong. Okay, if I'm wrong, you can attack me on this. I don't give a fuck anyway. Like I care. This is rant topic, and we say whatever we want, and we have an opinion as well. You can have an opinion. So what I want to ask is, if you're a mother, it doesn't have to be a single mother, just a mother that have a child, and maybe men as well. This is a lady's question. If you're doing your makeup, okay, and you're taking a selfie, how many pictures do you take before you're satisfied with one? Please, if you can leave that in the comments. So my opinion is, women will take at least 10 to 50 photos.
Yes.
And they will filter the shit out of it before that is gone up. Look at all that time, all those stuff that you put into it. Like you're showing up. I don't know what you're doing. Can I just
say something though?
Or something like that. I don't get it.
See,
and men as well, going on Tinder, Facebook,
men are even worse.
Looking at asses on Instagram, twerking, everything. That's what I'm saying. This is not gender biased thing, but we have parents.
This is the time we live in.
I know this is the time we live in, but we have to discuss this issue, bro.
Because back
it is
in the
not
days,
helping the kids.
Back in the days,
I'm sorry, the millennium kids are fucked up in the head.
In Ireland, the mothers were either working in the factories, not sitting on the phone. Or in Nigeria, your mom is either in the farm.
Oh my God, I love
your mom is in the shop. You understand?
Oh my God, the experience.
So this is the life we're living in now. Like we have 2-year-olds on gadgets. When I was 2 years old.
That was my second point.
When I was 2-year-old, I didn't even watch the gadgets. I used to go around eating everything on the floor. You understand?
Now, Teletubby.
Yeah.
Just put oh my God, I forgot the baby songs. Oh my God, I haven't seen.
Sit there at 2 years old, not really noticing what's going on in their environments, And then the women will say, "Are they learning? Look, he knows this one." No, you don't know. He knows his ABCs from it. But he's not meant to know it. He's not meant to know it from you. You're meant to sit him down yourself and say, this is A, this is B. So when he's learning from you, he'll continue learning from you.
Of course.
Now you stick him on YouTube. He's learning from YouTube. Everything now, we're sitting on YouTube learning.
So how is he supposed to listen to you when he grows up?
Exactly.
He learns something about life or something that
I've had so many arguments with women about this, about gadgets and little kids.
But no one gets it. No one gets it.
They will always say to you, BJ.
So you know what I'm doing?
They will always say to you, BJ, this is the time we're living in now.
It's not even about the time you're living in. Come and stop that. When you say that to a woman, they get offensive. They get offended.
Look at Lisa or Fumi's daughter. Doesn't she has a gadget? Why can't he have a gadget? That's what they'll say to you.
It's turned to a competition thing.
Yeah, that's what they'll say to you. They say, that's what they'll say to you. They'll say you're living in the 80s. That's what they'll say. So there's really nothing you can do about it. All you can do is, if you're a father or a mother, and you think, okay, my child was sitting on this thing now for an hour, let me play with this child. Let's go outside or do whatever. If it's the winter, play with him, sit on the floor. Play the way our mom used to play with us. You understand? Throw him in the air or whatever.
Of course.
Run around the house.
Man. Everything we're talking about here, so many things inspire me so much because, this is stuff that's just been in my head for so many years. And I've always been thinking, how can I make a change? We can talk about this all day. How many people are going to hear us out? How many people are going to understand from our point of view?
There's so many people that understands.
Of course, yeah. But a lot of people will still deny it.
There's a lot of people that will say to you, like I said, it's 2020, there's gadgets everywhere. Let them learn about computers. You know what I mean? Because in 20 years' time, everything will not be all computer. So they need to start learning at a young age. But no.
Of course, there's time for everything.
There's time for everything.
There's time for everything, trust me. There's a way this can be managed.
Yeah.
We're not saying a 2-year-old boy or a girl or a baby should not watch some cartoon or something like that.
Yeah.
But trust me, there's a way this can be managed.
Yeah.
But this is not managed well in the sense that, like I said earlier, I want to take a makeup photo. Wait.
It's called catfishing.
You have your baby crying.
It's called catfishing.
In the background. And you know the only thing that will shut that baby up is maybe some cartoon or some baby songs on YouTube or something. You just put that up. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, you'll just focus on that. And then you're doing your thing, chatting with your men, or doing your thing, being on your social media.
That's exactly what it is. Don't get me wrong. I go on social media. I post. Like, I post a lot.
We all do it.
But when it comes to my kids, I try and
time for them.
Yes, I try and play with my kids. I communicate with them. Even if I put on something on TV that is a cartoon, I try and get involved. That's how you interact with your child. You try and get involved in what they do.
You learn together. That's why you have good fathers saying to you that they're learning things that they haven't even thought about or think of for the last 20 years. Oh my God.
That's another touchy subject, talking about gadgets. Because people will tell you, everyone's using gadgets now. It's 2020. Get up with it. But I reckon, focus on your children and spend more time with them.
How can a 12-year-old child or 14-year-old child be having an Instagram account or Facebook account? In my opinion, I think that's just rubbish. Because
these people open accounts for their 2-year-old and say it's a modeling page for your 2-year-old. I'm like, are you a modeling agency? I'm like, are you a modeling agency? And you start taking pictures and putting, you don't even know who's out there.
Stop.
You don't know who is out there collecting pictures.
You don't know the safety of this online. Oh,
you don't know who's out there collecting pictures of your 2-year-old.
Let's just leave this for another
that's
chapter.
a touchy subject. Yes.
Another chapter.
Yes.
Because we have to do a bit of research on this and know how we actually pass this message rightfully to those kind of people, because everyone is actually doing it. A lot of people do it.
Can I bring up something that can be
go on, let's do it. This is rant. Come on, let's rant.
I want to, because I've been going to Nigeria a lot. Not too much anyway.
Okay.
Maybe at least once every 2 years I go, or once, if I could get a chance.
I would love to as well, but
so is the way I see relationships. Okay, I'm gonna try and be brief with this. Okay, the way women are there and women are here, because I see the big difference. Because when they come over here, they change.
Are you talking about women in general? Just women in general, as in it doesn't matter colorism, color white or black?
No, I'm talking of African. I'm not even going to say Nigerian.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of African countries go through this as well.
The same as well, yes.
I'm talking of how they change, how they forget the culture.
Okay, go on, tell me.
How they come to Ireland and everything works out easier for them, and then they don't respect their husbands, and like we're saying, they work in 2 jobs and ignoring the children. You understand what I'm trying to say? It all links to culture. Even what we're talking about earlier about working 2 jobs, so about culture, because your mentality is still Nigerian mentality that you're.
I could still argue with you at some point and say, there's some women when you talk about this, like, are you talking about women or because you mentioned women? And if you were to say this, there's a lot of African women that actually don't work. They sit on child benefits.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're saying they work in 2 jobs.
No, that's what some are working 2 jobs to build house in Nigeria. Even if they work in 2 jobs. You understand what I'm saying? Even if they work in 2 jobs, they still work in 2 jobs to be focusing, to build a house in Nigeria.
To build their focus, to show their success, to have this trophy we were talking about.
They're saving child benefits, you understand? And sitting at home and collecting all the money they can.
Okay.
It's the same thing. Now, this is affecting a lot of relationships. I'm not going to go into, I know a lot of Irish people have their own little problems.
Which I would love to hear about and talk about as well.
But I'm not going to talk about black and white relations. I'm talking about black, African, Nigerian to Nigerians.
It's good you're talking about this because we want our Irish fellow to learn from this as well. Because we want our Irish friends to learn from this.
Especially me, I don't know about people. Some people grew up here in Ireland for so long, but I grew up in Nigeria a bit as well. So I know about how relationship with my mom and dad was, and my mom's role and my dad's role and how things are. And with all these social medias now and all these opportunities women have, which is great, I like it, but how women are getting it confused, disrespecting their men, thinking it's a competition with their men.
I get that point. I know a lot of people like that.
Thinking, oh, we're in Europe now, there's nothing you can do to me. Do you understand? And this is really one of the things that's affecting the children that we're talking about too.
Yeah, the children we were talking about earlier.
You understand? Because that's one of the reasons that they separate with their fathers, and then the child feel abandoned. And the father will go and marry somebody else or whatever, and the child is missing out. There's so many stories like that, So,
what would be good,
Yeah.
You and I, we come up here to talk about issues and stuff that we've experienced in life. I would love to bring a woman here that have problems and issues like this that they face.
Isabel tries that thing. Isabel, that woman tries and talks about that stuff, but she's a bit more. She never really goes into the big details. She has the platform to really help with these issues, that woman, but she doesn't really get into it because I think she's a single mother too, so she doesn't.
You see, the thing is that I don't like to listen to that woman. I'm sorry, because of
she has a platform.
She's too much for me.
I understand.
I just can't.
But she's the kind of woman that, with our platform, can really get to women that we are talking about. But she's too hardcore, so I don't think those women will listen to her. I know, that's the thing.
She's too hardcore.
Because to be honest with you, man, once you come to Europe, I reckon, okay, even if you came together as a couple from Nigeria or you met each other over here, you're still Nigerian. I mean, you should still know how you're going to treat. I'm talking vice versa too. A man has to do his role too. Don't get me wrong. You can't be sitting at home doing nothing and expecting your woman to respect you. That's not what I'm talking about.
Of course, yeah, we will get there.
You know, you have to be working and
you want to talk about useless men.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
I know that very much.
Women have a right to disrespect those ones.
Of course, yes.
You know, but
yes.
I'm talking of.
We go from one to another. So I'm sorry, women, if we're talking about the women chapter now, we will get to the men chapter as well.
I'm talking of hard-working men. And the woman is thinking, I want to work too, and you know, I want to build my house. So you understand? you know.
My friends are doing this.
Yeah, my friends are. They call something like they called ajo. You know,
and not only that, some of them put the pressure on their husband to work so hard and give them some of the money so they can build.
You know what really annoys me the most? That ajo thing.
Oh
I'm like, I don't know if people will know what ajo is. Ajo is when like 10 people come together and they all put money every week together and one person will take all the money. It's like a savings thing.
Yeah.
And I say, rather than doing that, why don't you just put money in your credit union? No, put the money in your bank. They'll be like, I'll spend it. I'm like, no, you have to learn discipline. I have to save. You doing ajo is just in a lazy man's way. That's why a lot of fights happen.
Of course,
a lot of fights happen between them. One person won't pay up. Or when it's your time to pick up, somebody will. You understand?
No.
You understand? It's all Nigerian mentality.
There's so much that we need to change. Like what I'm saying is, when we come to this country, a great nation like Ireland, like this, a beautiful country like
beautiful country.
Why can you not just say, you know what? I want to plan my future here. I want to be a part of the growth of this country. I want to be a part of the sources of this country. You know,
the only people doing that are our doctors are trying.
Yeah, they're trying. I'm sorry to say,
very good.
I actually don't have this mindset 5 years ago. I'm sorry. I don't have this mindset 5 years ago, but I have learned a lot. I grew up around the wrong crowd. I grew up in the wrong community, the black community. So I had the wrong mindset. But I am glad for the amazing people I have met over the last few years. And I'm glad for the experience that I actually went through in life. Because without the experience I've gone through in the last 5 years, I wouldn't be where I am today. And my eyes wouldn't have opened to actually see that. What the fuck am I doing with my life?
I said there was something
something reminded me of my mom.
Yeah.
And like Jesus.
Something I've actually talked about recently with my Irish friend is, us black people are very proud.
I know. Oh God.
Do you know that proudness?
You make me gonna talk about something after this.
You know that proudness really affects us in a way, because to be honest with you, what are we proud about? Because I don't get it. It's our ancestors.
Let me tell you what.
Like why are we so proud? I know we have culture. Our culture is great. Don't get me wrong. We have beautiful culture, and we should be proud. But we're overdoing this out here.
You see, we're too loud.
Yeah,
we're too loud, brethren. But the thing is that, let me tell you now. Okay, to my Irish fans, to my Irish friends, to Ireland. I don't even know how to say this, but what it means to be black is loud. We are fucking loud.
Yes.
And what it means to be black is showing off.
Yeah.
What it means to be black is to be proud, just like Blake is saying.
You have to be better than your friends.
You have to be better than your friends. You have to be better than this. I'm sorry to say, but and we blacks, we need to think better than this.
Everything's a competition.
We have to do better than this. And come on, this have to stop.
That's why.
In a way, because what I'm trying to say is that, look at it, yeah? What it means to be black. You see, it is the way we all grew up and the culture we grew up in. Let's say, for example, the hip hop community, the hip hop society. You know, like I said, we all grew up in the 80s now, like, you know, we're not the 90s, you know, also or the 90s like that. You look at the hip hop culture in America, for example, you know, and Africans follow the Black American culture. That's a true fact. We influence them. They influence us, you know? Yeah. So when you look at hip hop, big chains, you know, everything has to be big, baggy, everything, you know, baggy jeans, everything, you know, you look at hip hop videos, you know, big cars, big everything, you know. So we Africans, we blacks in general, not just Africans, black everywhere, American everywhere, this is how we see success, you know. But when a white person, you know, when we're success, when we make money, all we're doing is buying cars and chains, and everything. Things that we will be showing off. And when you see us go to a party, when a black man have a party, Jesus Christ, a black man have a birthday party.
Oh God.
In a nightclub, for example, you'll know about it, that's one. And you will have one guy buying like 20 champagne, pouring champagne on their head, and wasting all these things. You know, they have to be known, do all these stupid
and
crazy
the women
stuff
love it.
And waste money.
Women love it.
And now you look at a white person that is quiet. When we look at the
way they live their life is different, though.
Let's look
because to an Irish person, him just going to Spain in his little villa is enough for him. You understand?
Sure. I'm not even talking. I'm just talking about white and black in general. What it means to be black.
A black man would always show. Don't get me wrong. There's the Irish people too that will wear the chain on them. Don't get me wrong. But a black man will shine out always.
Always, because you have to be well known and stuff. Look at the white people now, for example, the richest people in the world. You look at Jeff Bezos, you know, you look at Mark Zuckerberg, or you look at any white person that you can think of. You know, do you ever see it? Look at the dressing, just a white t-shirt, or just some shirt or something like that, and they wear like a blue jeans or just something. We've always been like that, though. You know, do you ever see any big chain on any one of them? You know, when a white person is successful, you know, they buy properties, they buy land, they invest in something that would actually set their retirement, set their future, their children, you know, their generations,
they just make sure that kids are okay.
But how do we do that? How can we not learn from this?
Listen,
now look at this now. Look at Jay-Z, for example. Do you know how big Jay-Z was? He's very, very big now. What am I even saying? Saying how big Jay-Z was. What I meant by that statement is that how Jay-Z also used to be loud. Look at his big chain. Look at the big pimping video. Look at any video you can think of Jay-Z back then. You know, everything going on. But look at him now. Do you ever see anything like that?
It goes back to our grandfathers.
Why can't we look at that as a role model as well?
Do you know it goes back to our grandfathers?
It does, of course.
Because that's one of the reasons why Nigeria is the way it is now. Because corruption. You want to buy this with all the government money. You want to do this with government money and have the biggest house. And there's a senator, do you know, that has a Rolls Royce in his living room. A senator has a Rolls Royce. What is a Rolls Royce doing in your sitting room? Go on YouTube and type in Dino Melaye. He's a senator in Nigeria. He has a Rolls Royce packed in his living room.
Oh my God.
Why?
It's
because you have.
When we share information like this,
that's how it's going to show is success.
Why are you sharing information like this? Because if you let the Irish people see this, they look at us or they look at the black guys.
No, it's because
in the wrong way. They go, we have to share anyway. That's what we talk about. But this is stupidity.
We have to be aware.
I can't believe it.
We have to be aware of what we come from, where our grandfathers come from, because it's part of the reason why Africa is the way it is today. Because, you know, the white man came and they saw how vulnerable we are. We're very vulnerable, you know.
They know that's how we know how to do best.
Yeah,
that's what we know to do.
We're the kind of people that, you know, we have very free spirit. You know, we how are you? I'm very loud, you know, and we think we're very smart, but when it comes to actually standing up for yourself, no. When have you heard of a revolution in Nigeria before? They won't stand up for themselves.
I feel sorry for Nigerians, man.
They will never stand up for themselves.
I am sorry for Nigerians.
So that's what I'm saying. You managed to leave all that and come here.
What is a fly doing here? Oh my God!
You know, you've managed to escape that and you've come in here with so much opportunities. We just have to make sure that even if I'm just trying to express my feelings for the next generation that want to hear this. If you don't want to hear this and go out the wrong way and learn the hard way, fine. But We have to change our ways. You have to get involved in the Irish community. You have to see how you can get involved.
That's right.
And make Ireland better.
And not even only about that, you're actually doing this for yourself.
And your children will grow up here.
Trust me on this statement. If you're working towards the African mentality, believe this or not, you will fail.
Your children will grow up here.
If you're trying to do anything back in Nigeria, you will fail. And this is a reality.
Not necessarily.
I will say this. I don't care. I'm telling reality. If you're living here and you plan your future to live here, you plan to have a family
that's
here.
If you're planning.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, if you plan to have children here, get married here, and do everything here, but your focus is still there, and you're trying to build a house there, I will tell you now, it is the normal thing to do in our community, but you will fail. So watch this, learn from this, and change.
Even if you don't, it's not a great asset. Like to be.
Trust me,
it's not a great asset. You be thinking you live a house somewhere in Mushi or Ikorodu for your grandchildren that were raised in Ireland. I don't even know anything about that place. You know?
Yeah.
Even when they grow up and they get a rent from them, they think I'm getting 2,000 a year. You know?
And you know what's funny about this? Like, there will be some Nigerians that would actually look at us and hate us for this communication, this conversation.
They can hate.
Because they're like, you know what?
It's the fact. It's the fact.
Come online. CSI. Come online. CSI.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome to the Rant Talk Series episode. We had to take a little break earlier just to have something to eat. I was feeling dizzy, man, you know?
Yes.
So we were talking for way too long there, and we just thought we'd need a little break before we continue. And we haven't got so much of your time to take now, so we will just be closing off this chapter, maybe with one or two topics, and that will be until we come back again sometime next week. Okay, so where were we before we actually took the break earlier?
We're talking about culture, how things change. I'm the one that kind of went towards that topic, didn't I?
Yes, you did, yeah. And I told you like it was something we didn't want to go into.
Yeah,
you were talking about women. Anyway,
to close the topic about what we're talking about, black people helping out each other.
Yes.
Remember what we're talking about?
That as well, yes.
And then when the camera was off, we talked about a bit about why there's no social nightlife in Ireland anymore. There's no clubs we can all go to. Because all the
when you say clubs, come on, you can't say this is wrong because there are nightclubs everywhere. But
I mean like R&B and hip hop, like, you know, African kind of clubs and DJs we have and promoters. I'm not talking about Irish clubs. I'm talking of black event promoters.
Okay.
You know?
I get what you mean. So you're talking about urban, basically.
Urban. I don't want to be naming names of DJs, if you know.
Yeah, because urban, you know, white people like urban music as well.
Yeah, they do.
It's not just for black people. So when we talk about, you know, urban music, you know, hip hop background or R&B background, like you mentioned,
I'm talking about just the urban DJs we have, like the popular DJs we all know we have. Like the DJ Hameds, DJ Waxes,
DJ Frank Jazz,
DJ Frank, you know, DJ J and all that. Okay. And recently the topic came up with DJ J actually about our promoters were calling police on each other.
Yeah,
because they were all battling against that. It's exactly the same thing we're talking about, you know, supporting each other and trying to raise each other up rather than bringing each other down.
I saw a bit of that. There's one thing I just don't agree with, you know, and I don't agree with DJ J doing that kind of thing sometimes because I realize what they're doing is, you know, they're kind of trying to compare each other and talk about competition, like who is the best Afrobeat artist in Ireland, who is the best this. You see, this is the problem with black people in Ireland. You see, we're still holding on to that culture thing, Afrobeat in Ireland. We all know the origination of Afrobeat is in Nigeria, it's in Africa in general, not actually Nigerian. Afrobeat is African. You've all transit to move to Ireland. If you wanted to have, I'm talking about this from a business point of view now, okay? Because that's why I say I don't rate. I'm sorry to say now, DJ J, all their program and everything they're doing, I don't rate it because everything that every single one of them are doing is all about tearing each other down. That's just straight black point of it. You know?
The way I see it is, if you have a platform, like he came on and he said he wanted to find out why this and that, and there was no resolution.
No,
like we all
that's what I'm talking about this from a business point of view.
We all need to sit together. It's just simple as that. It's not about who's the best this or who's the best DJ.
Everyone is the best at everything.
This is about us all sitting together and helping each other. And it's not a competition. That's the main thing. They all think they're competing. It's so simple. If you know what fellow DJ has an event booked for this date, you all sit down and say, okay, you have an event this day. okay, let me plan mine for this certain week.
Listen, you're actually getting into that topic, and I don't want us to actually go straight into that topic.
Okay, that's another long story.
Yeah, it's another long story because that's an opinion you're having about this, you do this, or this, you do that. We all know what everyone should do. Everybody know what they should do. But in terms of tearing each other down, they will never work together and make things happen. So we shouldn't go straight into it.
It all comes to supporting each other.
Yes.
And bringing each other up.
How can you work together?
And communication is the main thing. You know, you have to talk in the first place. And none of them are willing to talk to each other.
Because one wants to be better than each other.
And this guy also that I'm talking about, they all have platforms to help the youth.
That's the truth. See what we're doing here, they can do the same thing.
They have the
I just believe DJ J, for example, could have handled that situation differently in a way that would actually help the community.
He has a lot of teenage followers.
I know. And this is how it's actually being a role model to them.
I think,
talking about competition, let's go back into the music thing that you were saying earlier. When DJ J is going, who is the best Afrobeat artist in Ireland? I just look at everyone.
And Starboy is taking it to the first.
Starboy and ridiculous. Don't even stop out. Please don't mention that name here. This is not a Starboy show. We're not going to give credit to anybody that's adding negativity into this society. If I believe you're doing anything, you're getting your attention, but in the wrong ways. I'm sorry to say.
It's true.
That's the wrong attention that you're putting up on yourself. We talk about music. Let's go into this business-wise, logic-wise. Use your brain. Everybody wants to be a celebrity. Everybody wants to be a superstar.
Of course.
Music is freaking business.
It is.
It's not just all about talent or having this. I can do this. I can do that. You coming to Ireland. This still falls back to the topic that we're talking about earlier when we say that, okay, you're investing back home or doing this back home. You're coming to Ireland. You want to do Afrobeat. Let me give you a little bit of advice, okay? To our youngsters and everyone or anyone doing Afrobeat in Ireland, okay? Afrobeat is a music of African origin. If you want to succeed, I'm talking from a business point of view, okay? If you want to succeed in this industry, trust me, you have to go back to the roots. That's just the way it is. You cannot stay in Ireland and think you want to do Afrobeat and sing it the Afro way, do it the Afro way, and try to sell this music. No, sell this music to an Irish person. Or sell it to a UK person. In a way, Afrobeat, yes, you will disagree with me because why? Afrobeat is trending right now. Yes, it's trending everywhere in Europe and all that. But look at the trends. Where are they coming from? Think of it deeply. Those ones that are trending, where are they originated from?
Most artists know you have to go to Nigeria, Africa.
But these youths don't know that. That's my point. They have to think from a business point of view. And I love, let me tell you one thing. You're talking about Irish artists. You're talking about Irish Afro artists. Let me tell you the ones I will mention that are actually doing the right thing. And I love them to bits. I'm a big fan of them. Those guys, those two guys called TF Click.
I know them, yes.
Son Johnson. They're both in Nigeria.
They're working so busy right now in Nigeria.
And I see what they're doing. I love their hard work.
I like that new song.
You know, they will come back to Ireland. These boys are Irish. I believe they were born here. They're young boys. They will come back to Ireland and they will probably do the same thing that would actually integrate into the Irish. Wait, if you want to do Afrobeat in Ireland, why can't you be the first artist that will do something that will collaborate with an Irish artist? Bring an Irish artist on board or work with an Irish person.
That's a very
Trust me, let me tell you one thing.
Bring more eyes onto it anyway.
Thank you, because you're black. Yes. Tell me, you can't sell that Afrobeat to an Irish market. But when you put an Irish person, put a white person into your music and you work together. This is what we talk about when we talk about contributing in the society earlier. So you work with an Irish person, that means you're contributing into this society. The Irish will love you. They will support you because you're working, you're doing something together. Why can't you use your freaking brain? You know what I'm saying?
It all comes back to, this is not a competition.
We're all competing, and everybody is a CEO of CEO. Yes. You know what? I have music. I'm a rapper. I'm an Afrobeat rapper. Once you can do this, and there's a mobile phone, you can record this. You're a celebrity.
I'm going to say something quite actually funny, controversial, because I know a couple of 40-year-olds still thinking they're going to bring out their albums.
Oh my God, I have a good friend like this. Stop it. I can't really advise him.
I'm like, you can't really, because the music is like a passion. It's like a religion.
I know, but you have to know when to give up.
They don't.
I'm sorry.
They think there's no age in music. There's 40-year-olds actually bringing out his first album at 40. I'm like, I'm like, so did you just realize that?
Who's gonna be a fan? The 16, 17 years old?
I don't know, man.
Or you're just gonna be at 40 and then make up and pretend that you're 26 or 25 coming up?
I don't know. I just think.
Or is it the way that we do fake it until you make it?
I just think. What I'm trying to say is, if you want to be the best Afrobeat, whatever, you don't say it. Your work. Let your work
speak for yourself.
Let your work
do the hard work.
Yourself.
Don't do something small. Put on some chain, make a video with your phone or whatever the case. Or maybe you can afford a music video. You record some song and you pay $2,000, $3,000 to make a music video. You're thinking one thing. You're investing in yourself and you're doing all this. Or hopefully somebody will see your thing. Let me give you an advice. I know the social media there that you have to do all these things, to try and create maybe not even awareness, to try and create publicity and let be well known out there.
Yeah, shares.
I am very old school, and I would like to advise some youth to actually do it the old school way.
Go out there and give out CDs and
thank you so much and be humble.
Yeah,
and making music. What happens to the time?
But they don't do
what
that
happens
anymore.
to the time where you have to have?
They have Spotify now.
But I know you have to do this. That your music has to be heard. Why can't you actually try to sell your products to the bigger companies?
That's what they do on Spotify now. They're all putting on Apple Music.
I've never used Spotify. Shame on me.
But what I'm wondering is, if you're a 40-year-old doing music, I'm sorry I'm saying 40 because
I was just thinking about demos.
People that know
what happened to when you do demos.
People I'm talking to know themselves. Okay, you're 40, you're spending 2,000 whatever on making music or whatever. How many downloads are you actually getting on Spotify or Apple Music? Each
music is $1. Do they actually get 2,000 people to buy?
That's what I'm actually curious about. I
see a lot of them. They have a beautiful music video, but in 1 year they're having only 2,000 views on YouTube alone. So out of that 2,000 views, maybe 10% of them paid $1 to buy the music.
Anyway, if you're 40 and you're still thinking of invest in a younger artist, there's so many young artists out there you can invest in.
Great idea. Great idea.
But because
this is part of working together.
I've never seen a 40-year-old artist blow. I'm sorry. Have you seen one? I have to be honest with you.
Not really.
Like
at 40, it should be a comeback.
Yeah.
After you blew for when you were a teenager, you took a break for 5 years, and then you came back.
Yeah.
Look at like stuff like Ludacris and Nelly and all them. Now they're only just in their 40s and 40.
Exactly.
And look at them like, you watch them Versus thing on YouTube, on Instagram now and stuff. Look at them. They're now doing a comeback of their, their record sales and everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, it all comes back to as well. It just comes back to, we don't help, like, rather than him investing his time with another young artist, he'll think, no, I'll do it myself. I can still make this. I can still sell this music. Bring up bring up youths. Invest. We all need to start.
Can I tell you one thing from what you just said here? Yeah? You have a 40-year-old guy still trying to chase the music career. Let me tell you the effect of this. What this actually have from people that don't give up. I understand. Yes. We hear all these motivational thoughts or speaks or ideas about, don't give up on your dreams, keep going, but give yourself a wake-up call and think of it, you're 40. And the reason I'm mentioning this now is I'm not only thinking about that person, I'm thinking of the people around that person. Now, this person may have a girlfriend, may have a child, but their focus a lot is on trying to make it, I know someone right now that's having big, huge problem with the mother of his child. And he keeps saying, I'm going to the studio here, I'm going to the studio here to make money. And you've been using this line for more than 10 years. And within these 10 years of you going or different places to try and record music, you say to your baby mama, you leave out on your children, and then you go and stay with friends for weeks saying you're recording music. The thing is, you using this story for 10 years, you've not made it. A child have come out of it, a girlfriend is out of it and everything. And at the end of it, this guy that I'm talking about, for example, no, he actually ended up impregnating another woman with a twin baby.
It's even worse.
So many things happens out of this. In many ways. Some people just use this music thing as a trophy or as a badge to say, I'm a musician, I'm a rapper. Just to get girls or just to have an identity. Or that's the reason why I bring up this topic here. There's sometimes that you have to learn when to give up.
It's all basically invest in the youth. If you know you're in your 40s,
your prime time is
you
gone.
Can't be a footballer anymore. Try and get a young boy that you know can play football and help him out. You know, if you want to be a musician at 40, if you're still chasing your first album at 40, there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? So invest in the youth. This all comes back to helping each other and investing in the youth.
I hope this message gets out there to the right people.
I'm talking to know who I'm talking to anyway. Anyway, there's no social life. We don't have to
talk to anyone. Everyone learns from this. We all benefit from this.
Even when all this coronavirus is finished, where do people go out? Like, Right Venue was the last one.
You can forget about nightclubs and everything for the next 1 year anyway. But these are just topics that we can still talk about because the life or the lifestyle will still come back, but just not yet. Let's focus on the most important things that people can actually change right now. You know, people can actually do something about right now and make a difference in their life. You know, they can learn from.
So many things that needs to change.
So we can't go on much further for today because we've been on this for nearly 2 hours now. You know, so I'm
and there's
sure
so much to talk about. And there's so many topics.
We will be coming here every week to talk about different topics,
so many things,
different issues. But I just don't want us to go on and on today because I don't think anyone will want to sit down there and listen to common. Yeah, that's the word. We don't want to bore them. So we'll come back. We want to have interesting topics to talk about every single week.
Ideas.
So this is Rant.
Yes.
This is Rant. You're welcome. This is not a Blake and Blake show. Yes. This is not a Blake show or an individual Blake show or anybody's show. It is for everybody. You're welcome. You can make your own videos at home even and send it to us. You know, we all want to share this information on one platform.
If you have a story,
CSI, Common Society Issues. This is a common issue in a society. You know, and the reason why we're launching a different episode to this called Rant Episode Series. Rant Headquarters. This is the headquarter of Rant, basically. If you want to rant about anything, you know, without limits, with no limits, you know, but this is not a platform to fight each other or to destroy things. We're only raising awareness and talking about, you know, issues that we may have experienced and stuff like that, or things that we know. If you have a topic that you want to share, contact us. Get on board. Let's do this together. You know, we want to see different faces here every week.
Don't be shy.
Exactly. You know, come on board. Like, let me give you an example of what this might look like. So let's say on CSI, we talk professionally there, you know, because we have a different audience there. It might also be the same audience and stuff like that. So if you were to bring someone like maybe a T-Shock, like Leo Varadkar on board on CSI, he'll be coming on in his suits, you know, professionally and talk and address the nation professionally on CSI. But if Leo Varadkar comes to Rant Talk Show, trust me, he's gonna have to lose that tie. He's gonna have to lose that tie. He can do whatever. And I want him to rant. He's gonna have to talk as if he's actually like talking to his partner at home or talking to anyone. Just be normal, be yourself. You know, talk the same way you would talk to your friends. So this is what rant is. There's no limit. You don't have to think about, oh, me, I have to, you know, I have to be suit and tie, you know, or I have to watch how I talk. You can use bad languages. We don't care because this show is not for under 18. It's not for under 16.
You talk about anything that's in your
So
mind.
you can use fuck languages when you're speaking because, I don't know, you're Irish and we're good at that. You know, we can't stop using fucking in the middle of talking on the F word. I'm so used to it now, for fuck's sake.
It's a normal thing.
You know, it is a normal thing here in Ireland. So for fuck's sake, get it on there. Let's get, you know what I'm saying? So that's it for today on Rant. We will be back again in a few days. So let's not even say next week or something. I don't even know, maybe next week, but we'll see how it goes. We will be back again on Rant episode. So like we said, if you have contents to share, things to talk about, just contact us at info@commonsocietyissues.com or just simply visit our website as well, www.commonsocietyissues.com. And if you want to watch many of our videos as well, you can find us on YouTube, all one word, Common Society Issues. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? This is a lifetime show. We will be doing this forever. We will be doing CSI
issues
forever. Common Society Issues. That's it, you know? And you find us on Facebook, Instagram, every social media platform. We are there, you know? So please connect, be a part of this, and let's make a change together. We want a better world. We want a better tomorrow. Okay?
Better island.
This is our better island. And this is how we're going to make it together. Working together to make it happen for a better future for our youth. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching today. Thank you so much. And until next week, we will be back again. Okay?
Until next time.
Bye.
Come online, come online. CSI, CSI. Come online, come online.